Imagine waking up one day in your early 20s, financially free, living on your own terms. What would that feel like? Exciting, right? But here's the hard truth. Most people don't get there. Instead, they fall into traps that keep them stuck, stressed, and financially struggling. Today, I'll show you what to avoid if you want to escape that trap and actually get rich, so you can be in that top 1%. And if you think this sounds impossible, stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll have a blueprint for the mistakes to dodge. Trust me, these traps are easy to fall into, so avoid them at all costs. And if you're serious about building wealth, hit that like and subscribe button below, because that's where your journey begins. Let me tell you about my friend Jake. Jake was 23, fresh out of college, and working his first job. The first thing he did? Bought a new car. Not just any car, but a fancy one he couldn't really afford. Why? He thought it would make him look successful. But behind the scenes, he was drowning in monthly payments and credit card debt. Instead of building wealth, he was building a financial prison. Here's the reality. Debt is a dream killer. Not all debt is bad, but debt to fund a lifestyle you can't afford? It's like putting shackles on your future self. Every dollar you owe is a dollar you can't invest. So, if you're tempted to put a lifestyle on credit, ask yourself, is this debt going to pay me back in the long run? And no, the experience of driving that car to Taco Bell doesn't count. Jake learned this the hard way, but you don't have to. Ready for the next big trap? Let's talk about another common trap, relying only on a 9-to-5 job. I'm not saying you shouldn't have one. It's where most of us start. But let me ask you this. How many wealthy people do you know who got rich purely from their paycheck? Not many, right? Let me introduce you to Sarah. She was driven, talented, and landed a solid job straight out of college. She thought her high salary would be her ticket to wealth. But as time went on, she realized something. Her paycheck was limited. No matter how hard she worked, she had to wait until her next paycheck for more. Meanwhile, she watched others build businesses, invest, and grow their income beyond what a single job could provide. So if you're hoping your job alone will make you rich, think again. There's a better way, but we'll get to that soon. First, let's talk about a dangerous habit that ruins financial futures. All right, here's a question. Have you ever noticed that you start acting like the people you spend the most time with? Yeah, it's actually true, and that's dangerous. Let me introduce you to Alex. He was a smart guy with big dreams, but his friends? Not so much. They were more interested in partying, spending money they didn't have, and complaining about why life was so unfair. And slowly, without even realizing it, Alex started adopting their habits. His dreams? Put on the back burner, lost in the noise of constant distractions. The lesson here? You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you want to be rich, surround yourself with people who are disciplined, ambitious, and financially smart. People who push you to be better, not drag you down. Stay tuned, because the next mistake is even more subtle. It's one that a lot of us fall into without even noticing. Have you ever heard of the know-it-all trap? Here's the kicker. It catches the smartest people. I fell into it myself in my early 20s. I thought I knew enough about money, investing, and success, until I realized that the more I learned, the more I still had to learn. Many young people think that once they finish school, they're done learning. But that's the biggest trap. If you stop learning, you stop growing. Successful people never stop feeding their minds. They read books, listen to podcasts, attend seminars. They learn from people who have already achieved what they want. Because as much as Netflix wants to help you chill, it's not going to build your bank account. Now, we're getting to the most powerful trap of all. And this one, well, it keeps even the most ambitious people poor. Let's dive into it. Here's a cold, hard truth. Most people have no idea where their money is going. They wake up every day, spend randomly, and then wonder why they're still broke. It's like trying to build a house without a blueprint. It's destined to fall apart. Here's a cold, hard truth. Most people have no idea where their money's going. They wake up every day, spend randomly, and then wonder why they're still broke. It's like trying to build a house without a blueprint. It's destined to fall apart. I knew someone named Jason who made good money. But because he never tracked it, never invested, and never planned, he had nothing to show for it. And guess what? That's the reality for so many people in their 20s. If you're serious about building wealth, you need to be intentional. Have a plan for where your money goes. Know your income, your expenses, and set financial goals. Imagine having a roadmap that takes you from where you are to where you want to be financially. That's how the wealthy get ahead. They don't just spend money, they tell it where to go. So, if you're in your early 20s or even your teens, these are the 5 traps to avoid if you want to set yourself up for a rich future. You don't have to make the same mistakes others have made. You have the blueprint right here. And hey, if you found these tips helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Trust me, we're only getting started, and I've got tons more coming that will change the way you think about money. After all, wouldn't it be nice to start your 30s on your own terms? Stick with me and let's make it happen.